Hi, Assalamualaikum everyone. Thank you for having me. My name is Nur Fatia Bakis Binti Karamini. So today I will talk about are all the undocumented immigrants are criminals. And before I start my speech, so let me show you a short video about the illegal immigrants.
Di dalam operasi pada malam ini, seramai 1,051 orang warga negara asing yang terdiri daripada Bangladesh, Myanmar, Nepal, Indonesia, Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, Vietnam dan Filipina telah diperiksa dokumen-dokumen mereka, dan hasil daripada pemeriksaan ini, Jabatan Imigresen Malaysia telah menahan seramai 544 orang warga negara Bangladesh dan Myanmar untuk pemeriksaan lanjut. Dari segi kesalahan yang dilakukan oleh mereka yang ditahan ini, didapati bahawa mereka yang pertama tidak mempunyai sebarang dokumen, iaitu kesalahan di bawah Seksyen 6.1c Akta Immigration. Ada yang telah tinggal lebih masa, kesalahan di bawah Seksyen 15.1c Akta Immigration, dan terdapat juga mereka yang menyalahgunakan pas lawatan sosial yang dikeluarkan kepada mereka.
So the video that I showed you earlier is about the illegal immigrants ops that has been done by the authorities in Malaysia. The issue of illegal immigrant in Malaysia is not new. In fact, it has been rooted ever since before independence. Malaysia has been a favorite destination for foreign workers to make a living in this country for several reasons, such as geographical factor, shortage of total workforce, government policies, etc. This atmosphere has attracted foreign nationals from all over the world to enter the country to seize the job opportunities. Foreigners from Indonesia, Philippines, Bangladesh, Myanmar, India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and the People's Republic of China, it shows the majority of which are economic refugees, have entered this country mostly for the purpose of obtaining employment opportunities in the country. Today, there are an estimated 1.95 million foreign immigrants in Malaysia. The number is estimated to equal the total number of undocumented immigrants party residing in Malaysia. Undocumented immigrants usually work for the 3D jobs, which is dirty, dangerous, and difficult, and are not adequately protected against unscrupulous recruitment agencies and employers. So today, I'm going to explain how this reform will be affecting people and who these people are. Lastly, I will analyze the opposing views on the issue and discuss if the reform is a suitable solution to the dilemma, which is illegal immigration in Malaysia. Slide. My speech this time is to tell you about the causes of the existence of illegal immigrants. The first causes, as we can see here, is poverty. Most of these illegal immigrants comes from unstable country based on financial terms of stability, or the country is at war that makes them war fugitives. The main situations mentioned above makes it the core of why these immigrants cannot afford to apply legal permit at the first place. As we all know, the cost of working visa or the process itself will cost a lot of money. Second causes is modus operandi, which is land border. Human smuggling syndicates employ a variety of methods. This section will focus on Malaysia's most recent business practices. Since the discovery of a human smuggling syndicate's graves and campsite in Wang Kelian in 2015, most syndicates have reduced their activities. As we can see, the Wang case Kelian is an example of how migrants entered Malaysia via land borders. This is because of the strict Bangladesh and Thailand authorities have taken enforcement action, particularly on sea and land routes. At the Malaysia and Thailand border, admission is done in smaller groups via red routes. The next main causes is fraudulent travel document syndicate, which is the syndication of fake identification and travel documents. How this activity works? It begins with syndicated agents, whether locals or foreigners, attempting to identify potential customers for Malaysian identification and travel documents. Simultaneously, the counterfeit agent will work with civil servants, specifically the National Registration Department officer, which is be called as JPM, or the Immigration Department of Malaysia, which is JIM, who are willing to collaborate with the counterfeit agent. When counterfeiting agents acquire customers who want to obtain my card, that we call Malaysia Identity Card, an international Malaysia passport, a payment price at the time frame will be agreed upon. Once my card is created, the agent will bring the customer to test the authenticity of my card made by opening a local bank account. For the record, from January 2017 to May 2018, 117 cases of my card forgery involving foreigners were recorded. It consists of Filipino, Indonesia, Thai, Chinese, Russian, and also Singaporean nationals. Next slide. Now we take a look at the statistics here. It shows that the increases in arrests of illegal immigrants every year start from 2016 until 2019. But in 2020, the percentage has significantly decreased due to the COVID-19 and the closure of all borders to the rest of the country. You are probably wondering which country provides the most to this proportion. That is Indonesia, where over 40,000 illegal immigrants have been recorded and detained. Next slide. Let's move on to our next issue, which the effect of illegal immigration. While most of the illegal immigrants are only looking for employment opportunities, there is a good number among them that are involved in criminal activities. Illegal immigrants itself were already a crime in our country. Part of our crime rate were contributed by these illegal immigrants. Some of the crime that has been done is kidnapping, robbery, raping, sexual harassment, etc. It shows that without proper monitoring of those who are entering a country illegally, criminals and terrorists could also find their way into the country. This creates danger for law-abiding residents. Moreover, it is not easy to track and prosecute illegal criminals. Illegal foreign workers also can impact comprehensive crime rates by changing the behavior of nations. Why am I saying this? It is because the presence of illegal foreign workers will increase the crime rate. They become construction workers in a day and could do something else at night. Next, for the sake of minimizing costs, firms blindly employing them without knowing their background. They could be criminals fled at their own country. There are many crimes happening in Malaysia by foreign workers. For example, the recent murder case of Grab driver in Kota Kinabalu, which committed by foreign workers, and he will be punished under Section 302 of the Malaysian Penal Code. Even though the crime rates of foreigners are not relatively high, but it is still concerning the public safety, and this can be reduced by having limited foreign workers that enters into the country legally. Apart from that, the government would also have to incur a high cost of 1.169 million ringgit Malaysia for the purpose of detaining illegal immigrants within a day. This will put high burden on the country's finances and will threaten the economic growth of the country. The increase in the number of positive cases of COVID-19 can also be attributed to the issue of foreign workers and their employees. Next slide. Based on what I have been talked earlier, it is important why a firm or a company should employ foreign workers with proper documents and avoid undocumented workers for the safety and the country. I also have some ideas that may be helped to help this problem. First, we can boost legislative mechanisms, which is the effectiveness of enforcing laws can be improved by reviewing and improving the law, particularly in relation to investigations, prosecutions, and penalties. Next, our government must step law enforcement efforts in accordance with anti-trafficking legislation, particularly in cases of labor trafficking, thus involved in fraudulent hiring or forced labor exploitation should face harsh penalties. Moreover, we can increase efforts to prosecute and punish government employees who benefit from or participate in human trafficking, as well as those who exploit trafficking victims. Last but not least, illegal immigration is a complex issue with a variety of causes and effects. It is important to consider all of these factors when formulating policies on this issue. In conclusion, it proves that the presence of illegal immigrants in our country causes more harm than good. So that's all from me. I hope my speech has provided you with useful information and knowledge. So thank you and stay safe, everyone.
Assalamualaikum and good morning. My name is Nadira binti Surin. I am from BA28. Today, I want to talk about red flag of anorexia nervosa. Next slide. Before I get started, let me ask you all, is it important to recognize people with anorexia nervosa and health effects faced by them? Let's look on this video. Kenapa tu?
Tadi macam tak ada bunyi kan?
Mereka? Okay.
Nak ulang balik ke nak sambung? Ulang balik.
Boleh, yang kalau mainkan semula tu boleh dengar balik ke video tu?
Jangan korang try dengar.
When I started high school, I became really self-conscious about my body. I wanted every part of my gymnastics routines to be perfect.
So ulang pada awal or sambung?
Ulang daripada awal. Assalamualaikum and good evening. My name is, good afternoon. Sorry, sekali boleh? Assalamualaikum and good morning. My name is Nadira binti Surin. I am from BA28. Today, I want to talk about red flag of anorexia nervosa. Next slide. Before I get started, Let me ask you all, is it important to recognize people with anorexia nervosa and health effects faced by them? Let's look on this video.
Ever since I first watched the Olympic Games, I wanted to be a gymnast. From a young age, I was extremely competitive and spent all of my free time at the gym, perfecting my routines and dreaming of the day I would win my own medals. When I started high school, I became really self-conscious about my body. I wanted every part of my gymnastics routines to be perfect. So I measured my servings, counted the calories of everything I ate, and weighed myself multiple times per day. Sometimes I'd even hide or throw away my food because I didn't want my family or friends to notice. I was able to hide what I was doing for a time, but my parents knew something wasn't right and took me to see a doctor. After an evaluation, my doctor diagnosed me with anorexia nervosa. Anorexia is an eating disorder characterized by a constant pursuit of fitness, a distorted body image, an extreme fear of being overweight, and a restriction of food, leading to a low body weight. Since my diagnosis, I've been having regular checkups with my doctor, and I speak with my therapist often. While I still struggle with my body image, I know it's important to fuel my body so I have the energy to keep up with my training. Recovery can be a long process, but I am strong and know my value has nothing to do with my weight.
The video I show you is about the people who having anorexia nervosa. Anorexia nervosa is an eating disorder characterized by a low weight, fear of gaining weight, a strong desire to be thin, and food restriction. Have you ever felt being overweight but actually you are in ideal size? I have a friend who is having anorexia and always obsessed with her body weight. She also having a health problem regarding this eating disorder. I was curious about her condition and conducted a research on this topic. I'm going to explain how to recognize people who suffer from anorexia and, and health effects faced by them. Next slide. Recognizing people who may be suffering from anorexia nervosa can be challenging because individuals with this eating disorder often go to great lengths to hide their symptoms and behaviors. Recognizing the signs of anorexia nervosa early is crucial for timely intervention and treatment. Here are some common signs that can help you recognize anorexia nervosa. People with anorexia keep avoidance of meals or social situations involving food. They frequently making excuses to avoid or skipping meals and avoiding social gatherings, especially those that involve food. If they have to attend event during mealtime, they will playing with the food, cutting it into small pieces or rearranging it on the plate without eating. Next is excessive exercise. It's also known as compulsive exercise, which means characterized by a significant amount of physical activity combined with a compulsive need to do the activity, followed by Lewis and Cater 210. Individuals with anorexia nervosa may engage in excessive and compulsive exercise routines as a means to burn off calories and lose weight. Next slide. Here are some signs of anorexia in teens. For example, continuous dieting, being obsessed with diets and calories, very restricting of what they eat, and developing rituals regarding food. Next slide. Now that you know something on how to recognize people with anorexia, let's look at some of the effects of anorexia nervosa. Anorexia nervosa is a significant eating disorder that can be dangerous and has a number of negative impacts on both physical and mental health. These consequences might differ from person to person and can be more serious. One of the health effects of anorexia that we can see is osteoporosis, which means bones become brittle because fail to absorb the calcium nutrient from food and they do not capable to support their body structure. Many people with anorexia nervosa will have low bone density and consequently reduce bone strength and their risk of breaking a bone is increased. Next is irregular heartbeat. The patient with long-standing anorexia, the heart walls become thin and weaken, The pumping function of the heart declines, and with it, blood pressure falls. As you can see in the picture, it is different with a normal heart. Typically, the heart has to pump more frequently to maintain the same average blood flow in cardiac function decrease, and less blood is pumping with each beat. Next slide. Studies have shown that in people with anorexia, there is also a lifetime prevalence of substance abuse 20%, and anxiety disorder 30%, and depression is 50%. Next slide. If you suspect that you or someone you know is suffering from anorexia nervosa, it is crucial to seek help from a healthcare provider, therapist, or counselor who specialize in eating disorder. Also, work with registered dietitian to develop a balanced and healthy meal plan that meets your nutritional needs. They can help you establish a healthy relationship with food. Next slide. In conclusion, anorexia is not a strict diet. It is a neurological disorder that can cause morbidity and mortality among patients. It is important to recognize that anorexia nervosa is a complex mental health disorder that requires professional treatment. I hope that people are aware of physical effects that will occur if they are involved with eating disorder known as anorexia nervosa. Thank you.
Nyanyi betul ke? Nabila dah nampak tak?
Nampak.
Dah boleh start?
Okay. Good morning to my fellow friends and Assalamualaikum. So my name is Nurabila Afika bin Zaidi, and I'm going to discuss the topic about the art of slowing down. Next. Okay, so what is the art of slowing down? We live in a world where we are constantly told to do more and more. We are afraid to make mistakes and then push ourselves until we reach our limit. But what if we are taking the wrong approach? And what if instead of speeding up, we need to slow down? It has been common for ages to learn this method of slowing down. It all comes down to figuring out how to make a greater amount of time in our life, the things that matter most to us. It's about living each moment with more mindfulness and presence. Additionally, it involves leading a life that remains aligned with our priorities and goals. So, next. So the first one is I will be talking about beneficial effect for lower pace. So we can improve our productivity and creativity. When we slow down, we give our brains more time to process information and make decisions. This can lead to better decision making and fewer mistakes. Slowing down can also help us to be more mindful and present in the moment. This can lead to increased focus and attention to detail. We have more time to think beyond of the framework and come up with new ideas and when we are not rushed. So next is improve mental well-being. It allows mind to focus one task at a time, enhancing concentration and reducing distractions. When we are always rushing around, our bodies are in a constant state of fight or flight mood, which causes stress hormones to be released. Slowing down helps to relieve stress and anxiety by lowering these hormones. Next, when we are more relaxed and present, we are better able to connect with others. Slowing down can help us to build stronger and more meaningful relationships because it helps us manage stress and emotions effectively, reducing irritability and conflict. Because we are less likely to lash out or react impulsively, leading to calmer and more constructive interaction with loved ones. This way, we can handle disagreements and differences of opinion without getting frustrated or irritated. This tolerance and patience strengthens ties, allows us to face difficulties together. Next. So this is a image of the downward spiral of low mood. As you can see, this shows how a few days of low mood can quickly escalate into depression. The cycle begins with external events influencing our internal state, which can lead to a drop in mood. So especially when something bad happened to us. So if we don't take action to address this, we may start to feel hopeless and develop negative belief about ourselves and the situation. This can lead to us withdrawing from activities and people that we enjoy, and which can further worsen our mood and create a vicious circle. Next. So this is the chart that we can see is the average person loses 23 minutes and 15 seconds of productivity every time they are distracted. The study found that when people work fewer hours, they have more energy and focus, and they are less likely to make mistakes. The average employee is only productive for 2 hours and 53 minutes per day. The average employee, by slowing down and engaging in mindful activities, you can tap into your subconscious mind, fostering creativity and problem-solving abilities. Next. So next point is how to practice the art of slowing down. So the first one is take a break throughout the day. Practicing the art of slowing down and being mindful of your time can be a life-changing experience that leads to a more relaxed, focused, and achieving life. Embark on your day with a so you can embark on your day with a conscious morning routine that sets the tone for mindful movement throughout the day. Instead of rushing through emails or social media, set aside time for practice such as meditation, journaling, or simply savoring a cup of tea while enjoying the peace and quiet of the morning. So next is savor the moments. No matter how many tasks you have, you need to appreciate your out of work life. It can be anything you do, include exercising with colleagues or even while enjoying your lunch. You don't need to always think about your task 24 hours a day, or it will disrupt your mood and make your leisure time less enjoyable. On the other side, try to plan your work schedule and give your full attention in executing the task as you do it in your free time. To conclude, try to separate your work and life activities as it will make you feel rushing if it is redundant. If you work, work to your fullest, and if you play, play to your fullest. Next slide. As of May 2022, the proportion of Malaysians who experienced high level of stress or anxiety in the previous year broken down by age group. And as you can see, the blue color one is the level of stress and anxiety that are higher than increased than before. So mostly at the most highest is in age of 16 to 24 years. So this is a very concerning and we need to do something. Next slide. So in conclusion, summary of this topic is how crucial it is to take your time and lead a life that fits your priorities and objective. It is about realizing each moment, no matter how tiny, and fighting the impulse to go through life quickly. Slowing down is a practice that encourages people to live more mindfully and deliberately, counteracting the fast-paced and often stressful character of modern society. It is about appreciating the present moment, minimizing distraction, and savoring rather than rushing through things. Thank you. That's all from me.
Dah ke? Okay. Good morning to the audience. My name is Nurin Batusha binti Abdul Halim. The topic that we will be talking about is somewhat fascinating for younger generation. Next slide. Can you imagine being transported to a realm where the boundaries of the physical world blur, where you can explore the ancient civilization, have an adventure of the underwater space without actually being underwater, or even stand at the edge of a virtual cliff, all from the comfort of your living room? This captivating experience is made possible through a groundbreaking technology that is called virtual reality, or VR for short. Virtual reality is a cutting edge technology that immerses users in um, computer generated environments with application ranging from gaming to education. Next slide. Today, I invite you to join me on a journey as we dive into the world of virtual reality, a technological frontier that is reshaping how we interact with computers, revolutioning industries, and redefining the boundaries of human experience. In the next few minutes, we will unravel the intricacies of virtual reality from its fundamental workings to a myriad applications. We will explore how this immersive technology is not only redefining entertainment, but also proving to be a transformative force in education, healthcare, business, and beyond. Okay, next slide. There are three types of virtual reality. The first one is non-immersive. Non-immersive is a computer-based virtual experience in which you can control the software's character or the activities. The environment does not immediately interact with you. In addition to desktop PCs, you can choose a powerful laptop for virtual machines and on-the-go work. Because customers place an increasing priority on mobility, manufacturers create powerful systems in small packages. Next is fully immersive virtual reality. Unlike non-immersive virtual reality, fully immersive virtual reality guarantees a realistic experience within the virtual environment. It will give you the idea that you are in a virtual environment where everything is happening in a real time. It is an expensive sort of virtual reality that necessitates the use of headgear, gloves, and body connection. Equipped with sense detectors in order to detect body movement. These devices are linked to a high-powered computer. Next. Third is a semi-immersive virtual reality. Semi-immersive virtual reality experience combines fully immersive and non-immersive virtual reality.
With a computer screen or VR box headset, you can walk around an independent 3D aerial virtual world. Now that you know something about types of VR, let's look at the applications of VR used in various industries. One of the prominent areas where VR is making a significant impact is education. First is explore ancient civilization, walk through human circulatory systems, and even dissect a virtual frog. This technology has the power to revolutionize how we learn and understand complex subjects. Next. Okay, so look at this graph. This is the statistics that we collected from VR implementation as learning media in tertiary education. 3.8 students use 3.8 students vote yes for usage of VR in education, and 96.2 students voted no for the implementing as learning media in tertiary education. In healthcare, VR is proving to be a powerful tool. The FDA authorized the prescription use of EASE-VRX for pain reduction in adults in November 2021. Cognitive behavioral therapy as well as other behavioral concepts like attention shifting, interoceptive awareness, and deep relaxation are used in this system to aid in decreasing chronic pain. Surgeons are using it for pro-operative planning and practicing complex surgical simulations procedure in a safe, controlled environment. Also, in applications of therapy, helping patients overcome phobias, PTSD, and to provide a platform for exposure therapy. In design, VR is reshaping industries like architectures and design. Architects can walk through their designs before they are constructed. They can also making adjustments and catch potential flaws in planning stage. It will save time and resources, also ensures a final product meets the highest standards. VR for tourism advance have enabled people to check out vacation before they buy them in post-COVID age. Next. Okay, the chart provides an analysis of the diverse potential of VR application. Largest market size for VR expected in 2025 is video games with 11.6 billion. It is shown that healthcare will have 5.1 billion market size, following by engineering sector with 4.7 billion. Educational is predicted to have the lowest market in 2025 with only 0.5 billion, but is expected to increase in the following years. Virtual reality is, in conclusion, virtual reality is a transformative technology with the potential to revolutionize various aspects of our lives, from education to healthcare and to entertainment and design. Future of virtual reality is wide and developing massively to satisfy customers' experience to be more exciting and transformative. Improvements that are highly anticipated for future of VR is future VR hardware is likely to be more lightweight, comfortable and affordable for users. It also greater emphasis on social interaction within virtual spaces, for example, attending virtual meetings, concerts, or even socializing in realistic virtual environments. VR is said to be the next evolution in human, computer, and environment interaction with endless possibilities that were limited to human imaginations. With virtual reality, interactive and immersive experience, and an understanding of the world with a smart, connected, and networked approach to bring more benefits in daily lives, virtual reality is ahead in the future. Thank you. That's all from me.
Hi, my name is Nurul Maramati Mazlain. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think about single-parent family? Can a single parent raise a successful child? Parenting is a process that prepares your child for independence. As your child grows and develops, there are many things you can do to help your child. The purpose of my presentation is to inform you about single parenting. Next slide. Single parenting refers to a parent who raises their kids on their own without assistance from a partner. Being a single parent is challenging. The majority of them experience both good and terrible days. Next slide. According to a report in February 2022, Datuk Seri Mustafa Mohamad, a minister in the Prime Minister Department responsible for economy, stated that the 2020 census revealed that there are 910,091 single parents in Malaysia. Being a single parent in the city in Malaysia is challenging, as you will need at least RM 5,650 every month if you are raising 2 children by yourself in the Klang Valley. If you have just one child, you will need the minimum RM 4,740 as a single parent in the Klang Valley. My talk today consists of recognizing the causes and effect of raising children as a single parent family. Let's move on the causes raising children as a single parent family. Next slide. I like to start by saying that single parenthood has a wide range of causes, as well as unique circumstances that are unique to particular population. Nonetheless, a few significant categories have been embraced by the causes. According to the National Population and Family Development Board (NPFDB) 2016, the first 5 years of marriage reported that the most divorce cases in Malaysia with a proportion of 37.3% female and 35.4% male. Next slide. First of all, one parent is typically given primary custody after a divorce, and the child resides with that parent. Children are affected by divorce in many different ways, varying by the circumstances and age of the child. Young children aged 2 to 6 are generally the most fearful of parental separation and often feel abandoned and confused. One way to make this adjustment is on children to let them remain in the same neighborhood as following divorce. Second, hundreds of years ago, the overwhelming cause of single parenthood stemmed from the death of one parent. Since divorce and separation were uncommon and having children out of wedlock was frowned on. That was the chief reason. Third, a large number of unintended pregnancy occur. Single parenting is a common outcome out of wedlock birth, which are usually not accepted by society. In addition, a partner might leave in order to avoid having to raise in the child. In addition to being unstable, fragile families frequently have little access to financial and human resources. Children from this home are more likely to face obstacles in school and not succeed. Other than that, single parent adoption are controversial. They are, however, the prefer of a divorce, as divorced parents are considered an unnecessary stress on the child. In one study, the interviewer asked the children about their new lifestyle in single parent home. The interview found that when asked about fears, a high proportion of children fear illness or injury to the parent. It is significant to bear in mind that there are non-contributors in single parenthood, such as married couple and unmarried couple, who are living together and have declared legal marriage. Now, we will look into the effect of single parent families on raising children, since you guys are relatively informed about the reason behind raising children in a situation like this. First and foremost, the single parenting effect on child development can be a good or bad. The majority of studies have demonstrated that the children raised in single parent household experience more negative effect than a good one. Children from a single parent household more likely to experience problems with their emotional and mental health. For example, children of single parent develop negative feeling about themselves, feel unwanted, have reduced esteem, and constantly compare themselves with children living with both parents. Next, newer studies have revealed that the children raised in single-parent household perform less well academically and less motivated. Recent studies suggest that the children from lower-income families are more likely to experience family instability, which include dropping out of school. The socioeconomic status of single-parent family and the parents' lack of participation in school activities might be the reason for reduced for academic performance. Other than that, social skill development might be negatively impacted by parental divorce. Research has suggested single-parent family can affect children socially. Children whose family is going through divorce may have a harder time relating to others and tend to have less social contact. Sometimes children feel insecure and wonder if their family is the only family that has gotten divorced. Next slide. In fact, the chart provides an analysis of effect raising children in single-parent family. For the poverty in 2021, 22.8% of children in single-parent households in Malaysia live in poverty, compared to 50.5% of children in two-parent households. For food insecurity in 2021, 11.2% of children in single-parent households in Malaysia experience food insecurity, compared to 7.4% of children in two-parent households. For educational entertainment, in 2021, 32.5% of children in single-parent households in Malaysia had completed secondary education, compared to 45.6% of children in two-parent households. Lastly, for emotional and behavioral problems, in 2021, 21.3% of children in a single-parent household in Malaysia reported experiencing emotional and behavioral problems, compared to 60.2% of children in two-parent households. Next slide. In conclusion, raising as a single parent can be challenging, but it is also possible to thrive. Here is a summary of some key points to keep in mind. There are a number of factors that contributed to the rise of the single-parent families, including divorce, separation, and death of parents. Single parents often face a number of challenges, including financial difficulties, lack of time, and social stigma. Next, a positive relationship will help the child feel insecure and loved. This can help them cope with any changes in family situation. Quality time with child can happen anytime and anywhere. Parents can talk while cooking or eating dinner together. Other than that, can have a sing along in the car or tell funny story at a bedtime. Other than that, give child positive attention. Positive attention is responding to child with warmth and interest. It can be as simple as smiling, laughing, or hugging child as often as you can. Parents in all family can feel sad and angry in time of stress. When this happens, it is important to let the child know that you love them and that your feeling and reaction are not about them. If your child is old enough to understand, try and be clear, direct, and honest about what's bothering you, but without too much detail. Expressing your feeling helps children learn to express their own. All parents want to see their children succeed in school and life. Many children experience suffering in life when family problems occur when parents divorce and have physical and mental health effect on children. Single parenting can be challenging but rewarding experience. Thank you.
Okay, semua dah present kan?